Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah. Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. Stone, that smile was creepy as fuck. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd, and I'm joined tonight again by a cast of melanin deficient people. Starting with the guy beneath me, my boy Stone. Stone, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm so happy that that shot did not hit and that we were able to get this show on the road and that I get to be here with y'all.
Oh man, how great. It is 12:45 in the morning. We will not be here long, Stone. Got my boy Alex Shepman pulling up one time for the one time. Alex, how you doing today?
A little disappointed. They made us wait through that awful Bucks Raptors game to see the awful bullshit that we just watched. So, not the best night of hoops, but they're not all going to be great. So,
yeah, not the best night. At Donardo, you're a person, kinda. How are you doing tonight?
Melanin deficient. I'm insulted.
Why? Where? What part of your skin is even brown?
The waist down. Let's get into
Shut
it.
the fuck up with that bullshit. So the Heat, did we make it to the time limit that we're supposed to make it to? What is it, 90 seconds that I'm supposed to go without cursing?
good enough for me.
Yeah, for me too. So the Heat dropped 112-109 game to the Los Angeles Lakers today. No LeBron James, no Anthony Davis, no Lonnie Walker, who was their third leading scorer. They lost to a team led by Dennis Schroeder and Russell Westbrook. So, Ed, we're going to start with you, bro. Give me your thoughts on tonight's game.
I don't understand. I've sprained my ankle before. I can't walk for weeks. The fact that this man, that shit was 90 degrees. That was not no mild ankle sprain. The fact that he had that and then had the kind of fourth quarter he had is just ridiculous. So shout out to him. Obviously, there was all the jokes on Twitter about how he was a free agent. I love that tweet. I'm huge on D'Lo too. I think he'd be great on this team, especially if it means getting rid of Lowry's bum ass, which obviously would. But I just want to shout out to Schroeder. I actually do like him as a player, and I thought he balled out tonight. He made Depot look terrible. That's one of the positives that we had over the last couple of weeks is that somebody, not myself, but said he looked like an all-world defender. But he was terrible tonight. Him and Jimmy, they're gambling too much on steals, and that was basically letting Westbrook do whatever he wanted. But can I say, am I surprised? Are any of us really surprised? The second we knew Bron was out, every single one of us knew the Heat was losing this game. It's weird. I can't explain how it continually happens, but I'm not surprised. That being said, I'm very frustrated, though. I don't think this team is any good, just like the rest of y'all, but I at least want them to fake it to give me something entertaining to watch for the rest of the season. They were building something nice, couple games over 500. They're given a golden opportunity to build upon some really great things we've seen recently, and they just squander it to any fake hope I had is now once again gone, which sucks. But not surprised.
I like that you put it like that. Fake hope. Like, that's what they keep giving us. It's like, I enjoy it. I indulge in the mild runs of optimism and shit like that. But, you know, I'm rooted in reality. I realize that this team is just as capable of showing me great highs and showing me this versus a Russell Westbrook-led team in the year of our Lord and Savior 2023. Thank you, Brian, with the $4.99 dono. He said Cal for Dennis right now. Also, Russ and Dennis benched Herro. that's a topic that we're going to get into. Tyler Herro was terrible. James Todd, Cain with the $20 dono. He said Herro got erased by Dennis fucking Schroeder. That is 100% fact. He said also Herro was so bad defensively he got taken off the floor. Not to mention Schroeder looked like the second coming of 06 Dewayne against our guards. I'm disgusted. Awful loss. Yeah, this loss is fucking terrible. Like, it's a bad one. Especially considering like you don't get very many opportunities to get games that essentially look like gimmies. Alex, let's go to you. So back to Herro the fuck up. Y'all know if it wasn't 1 o'clock in the morning, I would be full, brimming with energy to do such things. But I am sleepy because I'm washed. Alex, give me your thoughts on tonight's game, bro.
Yeah, we were due for a bad Herro game, and we got every ounce of a absolute fucking trash, bad dog shit Herro game. That was maybe his worst performance of the season, and he's been playing pretty great. Royal hasn't been able to slander him for a little bit on here, which, you know, some of the Herro stands are.
I could have. I've made the choice not to slander.
Yeah, he had to, you know, make a choice there on that one, but you know, Bam was excellent as always. Bam is just the light in the darkness for this team. There's nothing else. There's nothing I have to look forward to night in and night out. It's just Bam, and that's it. Jimmy was pretty good. He shied away from the ball again, you know, at key points in the game, which I harp on all the time. I'm glad. Yeah, go vote for Bam 50 fucking times a day if you can, because he deserves way more than the All-Star game. But you know, we took Herro off the court. We didn't take Kyle off the court as soon as we should have either, which I don't understand.
He closed the game, and I don't know what he was doing out there.
Yeah, like Spo figured something out, like sitting Kyle, and then he was just like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna go back to Kyle. Spo figured something out, not playing Dewayne Dedmon a single second, and now Dewayne Dedmon is getting more run than Orlando Robinson. So I'm like, you know, we're going away from what's working, and it's like we don't have the games to sacrifice at this point. So, you know, if we're going all in on this team, you need to commit to what's working and stick with it, because you can't afford to lose these types of games with, you know, Lakers and no Bron and AD.
Dewayne Dedmon had one of the most mind-numbing sequences of basketball that I've ever seen in my fucking life, bro. Like, that shit. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. I was going to make a joke, but I don't want to make it in lieu of what happened recently in sports, so I'm just going to pass the ball to Stone. Stone, give me your thoughts on the game.
My goodness, I forgot how much I fucking hate watching one individual play basketball. Dewayne Dedmon, hell is too nice of a place for you to go from here. I cannot think of a reason why you see a single NBA minute. It should have been you instead of Darwin Hamlin. I really don't. I don't have any other things to say. It's just that.
All right, bro. Stone, listen, bro. Time out, bro. Stone, you know we let people say whatever, but don't take my joke that I was trying to pass up, bro. Because now that you done opened the can, I was about to say that he go brain dead like that dude from the Buffalo Bills. Like, that was my joke that I didn't want to say, Stone. So
Stone just pulled up on a Tyler Herro, you know, pull up 3 after he missed the next 6.
Don't start, Stone. Just be a person tonight.
All right.
I thought you were going with Tua, Royal. I'll be honest. So that's more your bag.
Oh, Tua? Listen, bro, I'm trying to give boy a break, bro, but his brain is scrambled eggs right now. And that man, he wouldn't see the jokes coming no way. Just like he didn't see them Packers defenders when he was throwing the ball directly to them in the second half of that game. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Stone.
Hey, listen, he's just a terrible basketball player. That's the bottom line here. Like, there's a million ways we could say it. I could say it literally a million different ways because I don't have a positive thing to say about him. What does he offer the team? What encourages them to keep going through with sewing a jersey for him and handing it to him and saying, you're going to play NBA minutes this evening? I don't understand it. It makes no sense. Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense if you really believe in the mold of this team. It doesn't make sense if you're looking at the future and you want to give younger guys a chance. Like, there's no reason for him to be on an NBA court. And yet, I think it was really interesting what Alex just said about, like, every time it feels like they figure something out. It's like, let's just go back to what our plan was at the beginning of the season. And when the closer they get to that, the worse this fucking basketball team is, the less clue that they have, the less like opportunity there is for them to move forward. So I feel like there's just so much good going on with Bam, and they need to keep facilitating that. They need to keep operating through Bam, and they need to, most importantly, not fuck that up. And I feel like some of the decisions that they're starting to creep back to might encourage such things, and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, so I mean, I do agree that there are things that are trending away from what's been working in terms of Bam specifically. But one of the encouraging things from tonight is that Bam is still finding ways, like he's taking it upon himself when he gets the ball. He's like, fuck y'all not playing good. I'm finna shoot it. So thank you, James Todd, again with the $10 donut. He said also the Dedmon play where he gets the rebound, then gets ripped, and then fouls is our season in a nutshell. Also give the keys to Bam. I need actual full-time players on the court. 1,000%. Every word you said, you is fucking smitten, bro. Because that is probably the sentiment of most of the people here. Is like, just let this season be about Bam. And I think at that point, like, that's the direction that I want to go. One thing I got Brian with the $9.99 don't know. He said, I forgot all that. Why the fuck is Dedmon back? He said, I ain't have my contacts in, but I saw this big goofy silhouette moving on my screen, and I couldn't believe my eyes. Him and Lowry are expired dog water. They are not good. I'll put it like that. Like, they are not good in tandem or individually at this point in time. But I don't really want to start with the good. I don't want to start with Bam or Jimmy. I want to start with fucking Tyler Herro being put in prison by Dennis Schroeder. Ed, we're going to come to you. Talk about Tyler Herro and why the fuck he wasn't able to go anywhere tonight.
Yeah, really, really great tweet by our guy, Adam Barai. He said, this is what it's going to look like when Tyler Herro's in the playoffs. And I read that tweet during the game. I thought about it for a second, and I said, I don't often feel this way, but you're goddamn right, Adam Barai. This is exactly what DeLon Wright did to this man. This is exactly what Maxey was doing to him in the second round, and he was terrible. Anytime he gets any sort of quick guard that can put a bunch of pressure on him, he struggles. I see what y'all saying where he's a screen merchant now and needs Bam. When you get these really quick guards and then he's pretty helpless out there, which is unfortunate because he's been balling so much so prior to this. But he's earned enough stock with me over the last 5-6 weeks that I'm going to allow him to have one bad game. Just don't string it to make it multiple bad games in a row. And I'm just praying this was a case of an off shooting night than him getting exposed. But I mean, time will tell when they move forward.
No, this is not an off shooting night. This is what will happen every time he plays a guard of the defensive caliber of Dennis Schroeder or higher. That's when they make a decision to put somebody like Dennis Schroeder on Tyler Herro, this is what you will get. Come playoff time, get the fuck ready. This is what you're going to get. This is who he is.
Let's not act like he hasn't played a good defender in the last 5 weeks.
He played shitty teams
in the last month and a half.
He's got shitty teams, and he's going to get fat off of shitty teams. That's what's going to happen. And when you play somebody with a perimeter defender who can move laterally, he's fucked, bro. Like, that's who he is as a basketball player. Alex Sheltman, the biggest Tyler Herro dick eater on this panel. I don't want to start with I'm sorry. I was going to be nice today. I was not going to do this. Alex Sheltman, you have had very measured and appropriate takes on Tyler Herro the entire tenure on this network. Give me your thoughts on Tyler Herro being scrapped the fuck up by the German Jose Alvarado.
Yeah, this is a trend because it feels like every time there's a longer guard that gets aggressive with him and pushes up on him, he does fold. It feels like very frequently. And I'm not gonna pass the buck really on Herro too much, but one of the things I've been talking about that I'm worried about is how is this team gonna operate when Jimmy has to get his in the playoffs? And we kind of saw it tonight where Jimmy and Bam were making shit work and it was looking great. And the odd man out is Tyler Herro. And that's ultimately my concern going forward as we, move forward in the season is Bam and Tyler have looked great when Jimmy is out and Kyle is out and Tyler has free reign of the ball and can do what he wants. But when Jimmy needs to get his touches, Tyler's the guy that suffers from it. Last good Jimmy game, 27 points against the Lakers at home. Tyler was 6 of 17. It was his worst game since tonight. Like, that was the last bad Tyler Herro game. So it's becoming a trend that the three of them can't all really operate together as a whole. And I do think the one main thing that I would like to see is actually just get Kyle Lowry the fuck off of a guard pairing with Tyler Herro. Like, move Kyle or Tyler to the bench. One of them. I'm
Kyle at this point. I'm not benching Tyler Herro.
Yeah, I'm also in the camp of Tyler's played well enough over the last 6 weeks or so that he's probably got the starter spot locked up. But
that's not why. Kyle's just been shittier. But I guess,
okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, we can debate that. But Kyle has been a whole lot of ass living up to his name. So,
yes,
when we see Kyle operate with the second unit, he likes to get guys their spots. He makes the scrubs look better, so to speak. So it might be a win-win where Tyler gets to run more pick and rolls with Bam and allows Bam to excel, and Tyler can play that more playmaking role, and then Kyle can sort of help the scrubs get to their spots and help the bench a little bit.
Well, I think you kind of like, but see, here's where the conundrum comes in. It's like the Tyler Herro, Jimmy. You talked about it. Jimmy, when Jimmy comes back, Jimmy's doing his thing. It's very hard for those three to play together. I think Tyler in the bench role, it's easier for him to play the role more consistently that we need him to play, which is do whatever you want with the basketball. But
right.
to your larger point, Kyle has been fucking disastrous. And if I'm going to bench one of them, then I'm benching Kyle Lowry because Tyler Herro has been solid. Thank you, Darius Jordan, for the $5 dono. He said, look, they've been playing scrubs. This is what Tyler Herro is when it's a real guard in front of him. Boy, listen, you spit in my life right now, nasty man. But to the point, though, I do think Tyler will find some success in the playoffs against one of the lesser teams who doesn't have an elite, probably, guard defender, and he'll be able to get off a little bit. But when he sees, when I say I'm expecting this from Tyler going forward, I'm expecting this against any above average guard defender. Like, these are the types of performances where we're going to be asking him to step up, and we're not going to necessarily get that.
And the problem is, look at the above average guard defenders on the top Eastern teams. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday. Donovan Mitchell has been pretty damn good as well this year. So, Maxey is solid. They have other wings on the Sixers that can also go on to Tyler. It doesn't get easier for him, so he needs to figure it the fuck out.
No, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think like somebody like maybe Indiana. He's had some success against Indiana. If they get matched up against Indiana in some stroke of luck, then he'd be able to get his shit together. But like any of those other teams, they have defenders capable of kind of frustrating him in the same way that he was getting frustrated tonight. Make sure y'all hit that like button on this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Basement Sports Network if you like this type of content. Even if you don't like this type of content, like the fucking video anyway. Stone, let's talk about Tyler Herro and how, it's nothing really like more you can say about him being bad. But is this like worrisome from you? Like watching the way he performed against Dennis Schroeder, does that concern you more when it comes time for the playoffs?
It's going to depend a lot about what they do at the deadline. I'm with everyone here. All right. Moving forward, with Herro, I would like to see him with another guard. I think that a lot of these, on a night like tonight where he's just really struggling with this matchup, it would be nice if he wasn't playing next to a 100-year-old overweight dinosaur right to his left. It'd be nice if he could pass the ball to let's say, D'Angelo Russell, who can kind of create his own shot for himself as well, and who's quick and can kind of disrupt things. And maybe he all of a sudden demands that matchup instead of Herro, and that can start to open things up for Herro. So I think a lot of it, like, teams can send that guy at Herro because who else are they going to send at him? They can park whoever they want on Kyle Lowry's fat ass and just they want him to shoot. They win the possession if he takes the shot. So it's like he really messes up everything being on the court. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to put it all on Kyle Lowry. Tyler Herro is not good tonight, but Tyler Herro's life could also be made easier through roster improvement. And that's why I'm hesitant to say, like, this is going to be something that really plagues him going forward, because I think it's something that's fixable. It just depends on whether they make the moves to make it fixable.
Yeah, I agree. I think the roster construction doesn't play well into the strengths of Tyler Herro all the time. Like there are certain matchups that you have to kind of like separate. He and Cal, the primary one that kind of been the one that we've been harping on the most this season. I don't agree that D'Lo is that guy. I like D'Lo as a basketball player. I don't think D'Lo necessarily makes things easier. You're not giving the ball to D'Lo instead of Tyler in like clutch situations on this team. You probably should, but you probably won't. Alex, what you want to jump in real quick?
Yeah, I just wanted to pose like one thing to everyone here. Did you guys see like Tyler at the last possession demanding the ball from Kyle, and the dude was just looking straight through him? Through him.
Tyler does the same thing to Kyle, though.
I know. That's what I feel like there's might be something there.
You feel like there's a little bit of tension there? I mean, it could be, bro. Their dynamic has been like funky all season long. So I didn't want to I do want to talk about this Dedmon thing. Like, I know this is like I'm going out of order and shit like that, but Dedmon is so bad. It makes me wonder what the fuck Spo is thinking. Like, everybody has seen what Orlando Robinson is capable of, and in Dedmon, in like his first like couple seconds on the court, did so much terrible shit that it made me question, like, why is this man on the court? Like, why does Spo try to force this to work? You got him in your name, so and I'm coming to you. What is it that Dedmon is doing that is making Spo have out-of-body experiences and playing this man?
Listen, it's really unexplainable. I can't say it enough. I'm tired of Dedmon. Royal, you're worried about Dedmon. Stone, you're worried about Dedmon. If you guys watching are worried about being dead man, then make sure you give our guy James Poe a call at Simple Health Advisors. That's right. My dog got the life insurance for you. He got the health insurance. He even got Medicare if you were a little bit above age. So if you are worried about being dead, man, my guy got you. Give him a call. That's 321-345-7738. Or you can email him. That's jpoe@simplehealthadvisors.com.
Wait, what time, boy? Hey, I fucks with that though.
Yeah,
listen,
that was straight, ain't it?
Yeah, it was nice. Hey, who gave? Listen, bro. Everybody. If you come in, if you gonna do it, then you make sure that you do it proper, like the boy Ed did. Otherwise, he'll be getting cussed out. I will cut him off mid promo read. But if you're gonna be that clean with it, then I'm just going to get out the way and let you do your thing. But Ed, I do want you to talk about Dedmon for real and why the fuck you keep playing, bro. Like,
yeah, he was straight because he was played 6 minutes tonight. I was fully expecting a -17. He was -3, so he's above his averages, so we can give him some credit for that. He pisses me off. I was trying to load this tweet up here, but it was taking too long. It's basically, I'll just put it up on the camera real quick. Someone said they posted this picture right here and said this picture will haunt you in your dreams, and 100%.
It was so stupid, bro. It was, you did not hear a whistle, and yet you're just holding the ball there, arguing with the goddamn referees.
Who does he think he is? Who does he think he is?
Kyle Lowry, I guess. I don't know.
Bro,
UD is on this roster for one reason. If Dedmon is not dead by 3 a.m., he's not doing a good enough job. It's time to pack his ass up.
It's got to be a trade thing, right? It's got to be a showcase thing.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but like we got one dude on the roster to go scream at everybody, and he's not even screaming at Dedmon on the bench.
He don't care. He don't care because nobody on this team cares at this point. I think with Dedmon, like I don't know, maybe there's a comfort level between he and Jimmy or the rest of the like old guys that Spo's trying to keep together. Like he's trying to give that group a chance to prove that they can kind of pull this shit together. But it just has not been working. And for even the dead spots that Orlando Robinson may have, like sometime in like lapses of judgment and shit like that, it is impossible to think that Dedmon is more impactful during the games. I want to thank my guy Darius Jordan again with the $2 dono. He said, "Hey yo, which corner did Heat turn this time?" Listen, if you turn enough corners, you're just gonna end up right back where you was to begin with. And I think that's kind of what's happened at this point. Miami's just kind of circling away. Again, they're one game over 500, and we're almost halfway through the season. So I mean, look, I don't know how patient people are. I don't know how many games you guys are waiting for them to kind of all of a sudden get their shit together. But halfway through the season, this team. Well, almost halfway. This team is 20-19. They're one game over 500. and they just lost to the Los Angeles Lakers without Bron. Stone, you're washed. I just saw you yawning, bro. I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. Go ahead and talk about Dedmon a little bit, Stone, so I can wake your ass up.
Bro, I mean, just listening about what's happening this season could put me to sleep. Like, honestly, remember like early on when it was a hot take to say that this was a play-in team, and would you just like look at how the script is scripted, and this is very much a play-in fucking team. I mean, even if they get like the 4 seed, like at the end of the season, what separates a play-in team from the 4 or 5 seed is not going to be that many games. They're all in the same category. We know in the East that the top 3 teams are really going to be the teams. We're not going to think about a bubble year where certain guys were working out and staying in shape and other guys weren't. I mean, in regular NBA seasons, continuity is everything, and this team just doesn't have it. And when you throw a guy like Jimmy back into the mix, it's like, okay, that can be a real spark for your team. But there's just no way throwing in Dewayne Dedmon could have ever been a good idea that anyone expected to have good results. Like, I don't understand why you're forcing him into this moment in like kind of a game that you really need to win, and you're not really pulling away from. You're struggling. You're behind. Actually, they were behind most of this game, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense. We need to see more Orlando Robinson. I'm a big Jovic fan. I know he went down to the G League. I know a lot of people don't think he's ready. I've seen some things on tape. I mean, he bites real bad on pump fakes. That's stuff that needs to improve. But how is it going to improve other than getting these reps from this crusty old man that needs to not be on this basketball team any longer?
I think that's the difficult part is like, yes, Lowry seems to be an issue right now. Most people want to, like, if it would be great for fans if we could trade him this season, but it feels like the more realistic option is for him to be traded in the offseason when he's become an expiring deal, and that's when his value is going to all of a sudden increase, because he's not going to add value to another team. I think we are watching like Kyle Lowry like cooked right before our very eyes. Like, we saw him go from okay at the beginning of the season to cooked very fast, bro. And now it's like that is what it is. And I think other teams are going to notice it too. I want to thank the boy George coming all the way in from Australia with the $5. He said, question for all of y'all. Which is worse? Tyler getting clapped by Schroeder? Pause. Hey, yo, bro.
The whole thing just paused.
Yeah. Or the fact that Herro can't perform when Jimmy does. Whoa. George. This is a family show, brother. Calm the fuck down. I guess I'll throw that question to Ant. Which is more worrisome, Tyler getting clamped by Schroeder or Tyler not being able to perform next to Jimmy? You're on mute.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I'd say Tyler can't perform next to Jimmy, so I'm not sure I'd go with that one. My biggest concern with Jimmy is him and Depot on the court together. That fourth quarter offense was atrocious when half of your shots seemed like it was either a Jimmy 3 or a Depot 3. That's shoot. What happened?
They can't shoot, and the problem is that you can't afford to take either one of them off the floor at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's why I would like a guy like D'Lo, even though he ain't going to play defense. I don't think he'll get cooked like Tyler, and he could still score because you can't take him off, like you said, because of the defense, but then you couldn't put Tyler Herro in because he was getting clamped. So I guess to answer your question, which was George's question, that's my biggest concern, because if he can't score on Schroeder, what's he going to do come playoff time when guys are game planning for him, just like they were last year? That's obviously a major concern, because over these last couple of weeks, you started to think that, okay, maybe this team will be okay post Jimmy with Tyler, with Bam. But if Tyler Herro is not that guy when it matters most, that's why I am going to hold out for playoff time before I, confirm whether I think he can be that guy or not. That's definitely my biggest concern with him.
Yeah, I think that is the smart thing to do, is kind of reserve judgment for playoff time to make like your final evaluation. But I mean, I'm not going to go through the season, see performances like this and not kind of look at them as kind of a precursor of things to come. When I look at shit like this, that's like the scoring in bunches shit. Like, yeah, I look at that and I want to acknowledge it, But it's performances like this that make me worry because this, to Adam's point, this is what the playoffs is going to look like. And so I want to see you. I don't care about you putting up 41 points against the Houston Rockets. It doesn't move me that you can score against people. I get that. But when you have a tough defender on you, like, how are you going to be effective? And tonight he was not. But yeah, I do want to throw that question around to everybody. So Alex, which one of those concern you more? Which one of those scenarios concerns you more?
Yeah, the one that concerns me more is the one where Tyler's the only person in the scenario, which is being clamped by Schroeder. Jimmy is part of the equation in the other scenario. There's things out of his control in that second one. Everything is in his control as to whether or not he's going to be clamped by Schroeder. And you know, we've been sort of circling the point here, but it's going to happen in the playoffs. They need to figure this out before the playoffs. I want to push back a little bit on Ant with the whole Vic and Jimmy thing being on the same, the same court at the same time with the threes. D'Lo can't really shoot well either. He's a career 35% three-point shooter. It's, roughly about the same as what Vic's doing. He's not going to come space the floor really too much. So to maximize the spacing, you would need to get a four that can, hit the three-point shot. Maybe you're looking at Kuzma. Maybe you want to overpay for Markkanen. But I don't know if D'Lo is the answer. Would I take him over Kyle Lowry? Absolutely. I would take my grandmother, who is 6 feet under, over Kyle Lowry at this point. But, he's not the.
What's going on here, guys?
You have the whites. You have the whites on the show.
This is a family show, white people.
That's why I brought up my grandmother, okay? She's part of my boy.
Oh, my God. Don't let the show go off the rails, Royal. Get it back together.
But anyway, to finish the point, just, the main sticking point is Tyler is in control of one of those two things by himself, and he needs to do a better job at fixing that.
Oh, my God, Caleb. You don't have to say it like, don't talk about, you know what? Let's keep it moving, bro. Stone, your turn. Which of those things is more? Oh my God, take that down, bro. No, because he made this shot tonight, and it made me angry that he took it. He made like a floater, like a runner in the lane. And I was like, this motherfucker thinks he's Rajon Rondo. I don't know why he's shooting that shot, but he's killing me. Not George. God damn.
You're mixing up the whites now, dude. You think we all look alike?
Yes, I do. I wear my
Good Lord.
Proud,
come on, bro. Get it black together.
I'm calling Dr. Umar or some shit. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing, guys? Stone, Tyler Herro question. Are you more concerned that he got locked up by Dennis Schroeder, or are you more concerned that he and Jimmy haven't found kind of like a rhythm together?
I mean, I feel like I've seen some times where him and Jimmy have, like where they've at least contributed in some sort of meaningful way together. And so for me, it's not even that he got clamped by Dennis Schroeder. Like, I mean, there's just certain matchups where guys like can struggle, and that's cool. It's that he didn't affect the game. I think that's kind of the more concerning part, was that he really looked disinterested. Like once he was clamped, he didn't keep moving. He seemed totally disinterested on both sides of the ball, and that's like what we can't have. Okay, if you're not going to be hitting the shots, you need to at least be engaged. You need to be trying to.
Don't you fucking dare, Anthony DiNardo. Bro, get your ass out of my name, Ant. Don't fucking change my name, bro.
We just need. We need to see him impacting the game when he has guys in front of him who are making it very difficult for him to get to his shots. And I feel like we don't get that enough in these kind of games. And so like when Alex said we got like the worst kind of Herro game possible, that really wasn't an exaggeration. Those were kind of my feelings too, is wow, this was just a really fucking awful game from him. And it's really disappointing, like when we're talking about LeBron and AD are out, Dennis Schroeder, it's bad. He had a bad game. Like we can keep harping on it. whatever. I let's see what happens in the next game. Will teams keep attacking him like this? Will be fast guys. That's kind of what's next.
I don't think teams will attack him like this in the regular season, which has been the point the whole time. Like, I think the Lakers, they had a bunch of guys just going out there, like, playing hard. They were not their best players. Like, they were going to play hard. But in the playoffs, everybody's going to attack him like this. And so I don't know if he's going to get much of a litmus test during the regular season to be able to see where he is prior to getting into the playoffs. And if this is what we get in the playoffs, then what's the evaluation on Tyler Herro then? Like, what are we talking about? What's the conversation surrounding him when he starts making $30 million?
If he has another bad playoffs, it is going to be DEFCON for him. Like, he is done. Like, on Heat Twitter and pretty much everywhere in the league, I would assume.
Yeah. The conversation is, how are we going to trade that $30 million contract? That's the conversation.
Someone will take it. I don't doubt that. I think someone, like, even if he
with all the years, like, you think they would take it starting next year? I don't think so.
I do, especially if, like, he's part of a package the Heat send to, like, a team like Minnesota to pick off, you know, maybe one of their like a Cat or you know, I doubt it gets to the point where they're moving in Anthony Edwards, but, like, if you're putting Herro with all your picks and everything, like, he's at least, I feel like, a good headliner for a team that's maybe hitting a full reset, a full rebuild, where they'd be willing to take on that contract. Personally.
Like maybe the Utah Jazz and Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
where his value is currently higher than what it would be after a bad playoffs. I don't know.
But, I mean, of course, you know, if we trade Tyler Herro, we have to get a player that is astronomically leaps and bounds better than him. It just can't be a marginal upgrade like a Donovan Mitchell. Like, 71 points is not a clear enough that's not a clear enough bar. You know, Tyler could get 71 points easy.
He missed like 11 shots. Like,
this is what I'm saying. He only had 11 assists with these 71 points, which is just so easy.
The third highest game score ever. There's two people better than him.
Barely beat the Bulls in overtime too.
Come on, bro. Tyler scored 41 against the Houston Rockets, bro. Duh. Well, same thing. Same thing. But let's get to some of these other shitheads who played tonight. I want to talk about Victor Oladipo because he is so important to this team for his play to be not at a consistent level. Like, I don't know from night to night what I'm going to get from Victor Oladipo. So I do want to know kind of like where you guys are on Victor Oladipo, where it was game tonight, and where you on him, like, overall, like, what his contributions are going to be, blah, blah, blah. Because we've had this conversation kind of in, like, last game. I was like, he's almost untradeable. And now it's like, like, we can do better. Stone, I see you got Vic Sanity in your name, so we coming to you with this bullshit. Go ahead, talk about Vic.
The camera crews are going home. The 30 for 30 is wrapped up. It's over. He's come back to earth. He is who we thought he was all along. I was never moved by these last two games. They were two games. I've seen the shots that this man takes, and I just know it's a matter of time. He can be the healthiest person on planet Earth, and I know he's still going to find a way to take the worst shot possible on a basketball court. And tonight, he really managed to find a way to do that. And that was absolutely a charge on Austin Reeves at the end. I don't know how he got so lucky to get bailed out from that. That should have been the end of the game. Thank you to Secaucus for prolonging the inevitable and keeping me up later here tonight on that bullshit.
I think this comment kind of encapsulates it out. Like, Vic was mid offensively and kind of poor on defense tonight. I think at some point, like, we thought, like, Vic's floor defensively, even though he was kind of bad tonight, his floor defensively is the best point of attack defender on this team. So that means we have to play him. And that means we have to roll the dice with his offense every night in his minutes. But there's no way to limit his minutes because in closing time, you need his defense. Alex, how do we toe that line?
I thought tonight he was actually not too bad offensively, honestly. He was dog shit defensively, which was like, it should be the opposite, right? Like, you're expecting the primary Victor Oladipo. This dude is going to be an all NBA defensive caliber guard. But we didn't get that at all tonight. Offensively, I thought he provided a lot of playmaking, which we don't really see. I think he had 5 assists. I think that actually led the team, if I'm not mistaken. And then he was 4 of 10 from the field. He had a couple good looks that he missed. There was like 2 or 3 open threes that he just missed. I don't take him as a 3-point shooter by any means, but law of averages, he'll probably make the ones that are wide open more than he'll miss them. So I'm not banking on the offense to be even what it was tonight, where I'm probably giving him more credit than most. But any given night, I think you can't pass up the defense, even if the offense is piss poor, like you said. Me and Harry talked about it in the Random Scrub Heat podcast. Everyone go listen. Episode 12 is out now. We talked about how Vic has made himself borderline untradeable at this point, and maybe just completely untradeable because of the defensive prowess that he brings to the team. We don't have anyone else on the team that can do what he does at a point of attack standpoint. So, next year when he's making $8 million on an expiring contract, that contract looks very, very tradable to maybe a contender if we're not in the mix or somebody else. So I still have a little bit of hope with Vic. I'm not ready to bury him like Stone just did. But he doesn't have a high ceiling. Like he is who he is at this point, and I don't think anyone should really expect him to be more than that.
I think that's kind of what I was leading towards. Like, we were always wondering, like, if Vic can get back to 85% of what he used to be, then he can be this, that, and the third for this team. And it's like, I don't know if this is 85% of what he used to be. It don't look like it, but it's like 65% of what he used to be. And it's like still good enough to like be a part of this roster. Like, it's good enough to be a part of this rotation. And I'm not sure if that's a problem. And like, is that an issue that we're not to the point where we just have to play Vic. We rely on Vic right now for shot creation, for defense, for scoring, which is too much for what he is.
Yeah, so you both kind of said things that I completely agree with. One, what you said, Royal, I think this is 65% of prime Depot. That's kind of the number that I was at. And for me, that's good enough for this team to be a very, very good rotation player and even closer come playoff time. Because, I mean, we all remember how good prime Depot is. There's not many two-way stars in the league. He was one of them. So if you can get 65% of that, which is, I think, close to what we've been seeing over the last 2 or 3 games, that is a monster piece for this team. I mean, we saw his impact. It was inevitable. I also agree with what Alex said about this was a relatively solid offense they gave from him. I mean, he had 12, 7, and 5. Those are great numbers. 99% of the time, if you get those numbers from Depot on the stat sheet, you said he was absolutely amazing tonight, and it was a huge factor for most likely a win. The only thing I don't like, he took 10 shots, 6 of them are threes. I said that last post game. Too many threes for me. He's an awful shooter. That's never something that should happen. But I was very happy with his offense. He did hit a big 3 down the stretch, had the monster fadeaway over Thomas Bryant, who was prime Shaq tonight somehow down the stretch. So that's the only thing I don't like was a lot of 3-point attempts.
I can tell you how. Because Bam Adebayo was on the perimeter.
Well,
and Thomas Bryant was grabbing rebounds over Max Strus and
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, bro.
You answered my question before I could even think about it. You were 100% right. As soon as we saw that possession with Bam over on Westbrook at the 3-point line, I said, this is going to be a Brian and 1 putback. 10 seconds.
Bro, he like caught the ball, didn't even realize that it was like little people. He turned around, like looking for somebody to be there.
He's looking for the defenders. They all foot below him. He doesn't see it.
Like, oh shit, let me just keep the ball up here and do this. And it went in.
Yep. And we all saw it as soon as Bam was on the perimeter on Westbrook, which again, Bam proved why he's the best defender in the NBA. He's out there literally locking down 1 through 5 every night. But I'm more likely to say tonight that the Vic terrible defense was more fluky. I know I said I was kind of praying that the bad Tyler offense was more the fluke. That we're obviously not so confident in because we saw the same defense in the playoffs last year where he sucked. But we've seen Vic guard a lot of fast players. For whatever reason, he was just getting cooked by Dennis Schroeder tonight. I don't know what he ate tonight to be able to cook Depot like that. He got some sort of steroids after he sprained his ankle and Ham called that timeout. I don't know. But I'm more likely to say that was fluky from Depot. And more times than not, you're going to see him be the all NBA caliber defender that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. And if you can get the same offense you did tonight, he will be a monster piece of this team.
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder was on another planet tonight, and I think like that was just like he was giving everybody to work. You know what I mean? Like there were times where he was particularly hunting Tyler, but it was like anybody they put in front of him was getting cooked. So that wasn't like, look, you guys can pick either Max Strus, Gabe, Vincent, Jimmy, Caleb, any player that you want that we haven't talked about, and give them a little love, give them a little hate. I don't really give a shit which one you choose. Stone, who haven't we talked about that you want to kind of give a little bar to?
That's easy for me, Royal. I love Jimmy Butler. It's such a pleasure to watch him play basketball. He's a smart basketball player. He had one really bad pass tonight. It kind of surprised me to see that from him. But other than that, it's really great to see him get in the paint. Watch him get defenders off their feet. He can just really impact basketball games, really wear down defenders, and he's just a bucket, and I love watching him.
For sure. I mean, I don't know how I felt about Jimmy's game. I felt like the first half he didn't do a fucking thing, and then he decided to do all his work in the third quarter, and the fourth quarter just kind of disappeared a little bit. Like it felt like one quarter's worth of work from Jimmy Butler. He gave us something in the fourth quarter. I'm not going to hold like that, but the first half, he wasn't doing a goddamn thing. And it's another one of those games where you're looking at Jimmy and it's like, do you give a shit about this team trying to win? Like that is the question that I find myself asking about Jimmy Butler this year. And it's like you try not to bring it on here because he's our best player. And when he does play well, when he is locked in, then he's absolutely everything that we need. But more often than not, I'm looking at him like, you legit don't give a fuck whether we win or lose this game, do you? And he don't. Like he does not. He does not care. He's just out there because he has to be out there for them to be competitive. Thank you, Darren Jordan, for the $10 dono. He said 30 and 13 from Bamno, 6'9". Nice. Are you talking about Tekashi 6'9"? I know you're not because you're a grotesque human being at times, and so I know what you're talking about. But we would not give that credence here. You are an upstanding gentleman who gave me $10. Alex, go ahead and talk about a player that we didn't get to tonight.
I'll talk about minimum Strus. He's dog shit, man. I believe he was 0 of 6 from 3 before he hit that. Well, 0 of 5 from 3, and then he hit the garbage time 3 to cut it to 1. I'm actually glad he's playing this poorly because he's not going to trick the front office into giving him another $60 to $75 million contract. Duncan Robinson got finger surgery today or yesterday or whatever the fuck it was, and I thought maybe this dude was going to pop the fuck off because he didn't have Duncan looking over his shoulder, as sad as that is to say. But no, he gave you another absolute dud game, missing repeated 3 wide open, one after the other. Brick, clang. He does very minimal on defense. He doesn't do anything defensively, really. People love to hype up, when he tries, he looks pretty good. No, when he tries, he looks just below average, which is not good. So, I'm glad that we are finding out about Max Strus before we give him the money. And maybe we can, tell a team or two, hey, this dude used to shoot 40% from 3. He's not that bad. Maybe he just needs a change of scenery. Maybe we can sneak him into a deal as a sweetener and trick a team into thinking that he's still valuable, because I haven't seen it for 8 weeks at this point. I don't know where this dude has gone. He's completely fallen off the face of the earth.
Yeah, they better trade him because they better not sign him. I don't want him here. So like I'm off the Strus bus, and my dog Tiffany Meeks is gonna kick my ass, bro, because she got on my ass the other day because Max Strus was doing all right. But she go if she see this, she go kick my ass again. But I don't care. I'm off. Like I don't want him no more. Trade that bitch. Get him off of here. I don't want him on the roster no more. And talk about a player that we haven't talked about.
Yeah, I really like Alex, your point too. I mean, Strus was out here tricking everybody. There was people out here calling him daddy and stuff. I don't know. He's terrible. He's beyond trash.
You are a shameless human being.
Listen, I'm going to go ahead because Kayla's my dog, and I'm going to go ahead and take his request to talk about Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem, I feel like he's had a good week. I saw Tyler Herro hit that game winner. UD, first one out there, jumping the highest there for Tyler. He was jumping pretty high. I got this quote that he said to Anthony Chang recently. if y'all didn't see. I think it just came out today. He said, there's no way I'm still able to be out here running and jumping this high and keeping up with these guys at 42 if I didn't take care of my body the same way LeBron did. So very nice of Udonis Haslem to compare himself to LeBron, I guess. I don't know. Someone actually quote tweeted that, and they said, which is a wild stat, LeBron's played more minutes in December than Udonis Haslem has since Obama was president, which is wild. I mean, you're talking 5-6 years now. And
they played the same number of minutes tonight, baby.
That's exactly it. So I still like UD though. I'm not usually one to slander. There's plenty of people that do that. My dog can stay on this team as long as he wants, and I'm part of that camp. But whatever. It's his last year. Let's enjoy it. They're gonna miss the playoffs. Maybe he can play 48 minutes the last game and go for 15 points, and we can all celebrate.
You know it's crazy, Donardo. I'm also a part of that camp. That I don't give a fuck how long Udonis Haslem is on the roster. Like he does not bother me being there. Like I don't care. Jamal Cain ain't gonna play. Nikola Jovic ain't gonna play. Udonis Haslem not gonna play. Like that. So why not? If he want to be here, let him be here, bro. Like I don't care. He's on the roster.
Hey, if he's not here, you know who is? Drew Smith's bum ass. I think we're good with Drew Smith not on the team. So
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
it doesn't matter. Spo's running a 7-man rotation from day one of the season anyway. So, even Duncan's not going to play. And, Max Strus isn't going to play. Actual players that have some level of skill aren't going to play anyway. So
when you said Duncan wasn't going to play, the first thought in my mind was hallelujah. So we got – I guess it's tomorrow now. So tomorrow we got the Phoenix Suns. We're going to the Phoenix Suns. Another 10 p.m. tip. Not going to hold y'all, bro. These shits are whooping my ass. And so I'm going to make a decision about that 10 p.m. tip. Like, I'll probably get up that morning excited and be like, yeah, I'm going to do a show. But as of right now, nah, I ain't really feeling that. So so be on the lookout, though. We might do one. Y'all come here anyway. The boy feeling good, Ant? What guy you talking about?
I'm curious who he's referencing. Go ahead and leave a comment.
He said, well, first of all, he said this guys, which is a singular and a plural thing right next to each other. So it's pretty confusing whether or not you're talking about one person or all four of us. Because if you are talking about all of us, then I got your Will Smith looking ass something ready over here. Hot and ready like Little Caesar's pizzas. Ant, the boy feeling good?
Yeah, I think that Phoenix team sucks. Oh, shit. So do the LA Lakers, though. I just realized that. Listen, I'm a
especially without LeBron. They're terrible.
Yeah, I'm a habitual Devin Booker hater. I know he's gonna miss that game, so obviously he's not gonna have a chance to stink up the game because I think he's trash. But don't think DeAndre Ayton is that much better. We've seen clear regression from Chris Paul this year too. They finally won tonight, I know, but they've been playing terrible. They got blown out by the shitty Knicks too. The Heat certainly have a chance, just because they're playing a team that's almost as bad as them. I think Bam will hold DeAndre Ayton in check. If he eats, it'll be because of the switches. So hopefully Spo learns for some reason after the 50th game losing because of switching everything. They can limit that. They can hold DeAndre Ayton under 20 points. And I think they'll have a chance. I want to win, man. They're not going to be bad enough to get Scoot, even though he's been amazing, had that monster dunk. They're not going to get Wemby. Just give me the fake hope, man, to get me through this year, and we'll worry about the rest in the offseason. So I'll say they get it done.
Yeah, look, Adebayo, the Queen Latifah shit wasn't funny the first time. You can stop doing it. I don't look like Queen Latifah. If DeAndre Ayton eats, it'll be because Kyle Lowry was kind enough to leave leftovers in the locker room for him. So let's start with Alex Shelton. Oh, not start, but Alex, the boy feeling good?
Yeah, the Suns are kind of ass. I think they're like 4-12 over the last 16.
They're the same record as the Miami Heat.
I mean, we're on the upswing, but we did just lose to the Lakers, like Anson.
Right. I do not understand how you said we were on the upswing.
No. I have an agenda to push. I need a loss. I need to get way the fuck under 500 ASAP. Scoot is in reach, Ant. Don't be a believer, Ant. Scoot is right there for the taking, okay? How
many games are we out from Scoot?
We're like 5 games out from the 3 seed, so we'll be there by the All-Star break, I think.
Not a 3 seed.
The other.
How you talking? Scoot? Yes. Wemby been real silent since I seen that Scoot though.
Listen, if we can get like 6th best lottery odds, I'm willing to roll the dice that maybe we land top 2 and get Scoot. Okay, that's all I'm saying. We don't have to have the worst record.
Okay, so
we just got to be bad enough.
So this is going to be your assignment. Your homework assignment is going to be to keep track of how close we are to that spot, to the sixth worst record in the league.
Sixth worst. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, how close are we to that spot? Because that's going to be the basement tracker right there. We're going to track that shit.
We'll have the scoot scoreboard, daily coming in after every single game. If we get to bottom six, it's better than first round playoff exit. And there's some people that think losing in 4 or 5 in the first round is something worth fighting
right
for.
Now, by
so
the way, in the league, they're 15th worst or best, same shit. So it's gonna be tough. But
15 to 25, we're right there, baby.
50. That's what I'm saying, bro.
We're not far. 15 to 25. What's the game gap?
Hey, listen.
Ping pong balls do crazy fucking things.
What we saw tonight definitely helps. Not gonna hold you. My boy Darius Jordan again with the $2 dono. He said Suns lost today to a Mobley game winner. Hey, listen.
Then they're gonna come out and kick our teeth in.
Sweet chin music right there. Stone. The boy feeling good?
If they're coming off a tough loss, then I'm not feeling good. Is this the last game of the road trip in Phoenix? No. Oh yeah. Then they're gonna send this shit in. They're gonna mail it in. They got dinner plans in Phoenix Friday night. I already know it. That or they're trying to get back on a plane and get to Miami, where they also have dinner plans. But we're not going to get a good effort from these guys. I think Bam will give us a good effort because he's a king and he is God himself and he's the greatest basketball player ever. And he'll continue to do those kind of things while the rest of his teammates sell around him. And that's kind of what I'm expecting. And for some role player who we haven't thought about in years to just light us up. It feels like a Frank Kaminsky game. I don't know. Let's see.
So I would like to officially announce Stone's promotion in the basement. Y'all just heard that man live on air tell y'all that God was a black man, and I fucks with that. He also said that the Heat gonna have dinner plans after a game that starts at 10 p.m. Those are breakfast plans. My brother there going to the Waffle House. I'm not in the mood to lie to y'all at 1:40 in the morning. The Heat are going to lose this game. They are not going to blow that shit out. It is not a thing. They're going to lose. No. Fuck is you talking about? I'm talking about what the hell happening. They're going to lose. that is because I might change my mind in the morning when I wake up, maybe because I'm sleepy right now. But a sleepy man speaks with a sober mind. The Heat are not good. Who, me or Stone? Because one of us, you might be accurate. But yeah, no, the Heat gonna lose. I don't have anything for you, bro. DeAndre Ayton is going to be getting guarded by Kyle Lowry consistently. Oh, Landry Shamet, easy. He's going to be wide open all game. It's always one. I don't like Chris Paul at all, but who the fuck are we to say we going to stop Chris Paul from doing anything? Is Devin Booker playing? GG, bitches. So, thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to the white guys. At Donardo, Alex Sheltman, Stone Schloss. Follow all of them on Twitter. Don't follow me. And we'll see y'all next time. Play the video, Ant.
What can I say except
we suck. Pat Riley is an old fuck. What can I say except we're trash? Kyle Lowry is fucking ass.
Oh yeah, we packing somebody up tonight. Hey, come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no, friends and the foes, the Butlers and the Herro. You can feel it in your soul. The win the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes. Going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.